Well, that is some very worrying news in KZN. Residents living near Cornubia, north of Durban, have been warned of potential hazardous toxins in the area. This is a release of chemicals into the environment following the burning down of a pesticide warehouse in the area, all taking place last week during that looting and violence. So let's find out from Desmond D'Sa from the South African Durban Community Environmental Alliance just how serious this is. Desmond, good morning to you. When I spoke to the MEC in KZN just a few days ago, they were aware of it. It didn't seem at that point to be a major concern. How bad is this?
Good morning, Gareth, and good morning to the listeners. This is quite serious. The MEC has alluded that the company has been not forthcoming with the information. The air is quite highly polluted. The fire started last week on Tuesday, and as of yesterday, it was still burning. So that tells you our extent. And the type of chemicals, there's about 3 or 4 chemicals that were known to have been stored at this warehouse, was banned in the EU. That tells you the extent of what is coming into South Africa and how companies are not revealing all the information to the society, but also to the government itself.
What are these toxins doing, Desmond? Are you able to help me and viewers understand what kind of toxins are we talking about here? What can they do to humans or to the environment? I know fish is a big concern right now.
So one of the chemicals is sulfuric acid, and that chemical, a lot of fish ended up in the estuarine. I was out there for about 3 days walking the river, the estuarine and the river, saw all the dead fish, even the small species of fish. So you know that estuarine is a feeder for the ocean and all that. And if you find dead fish, it means that you're not going to get fish there for a long time. So sulfuric acid is one of the chemicals that people were breathing in. Is a combination of a host of different chemicals. For example, some of the pesticides, all the pesticides, when it goes up, it becomes a toxic soup. So you won't know the extent of the chemical, what chemical you breathe in, until you get them to analyze it. So we have taken air samples. Those air samples have been sent to a laboratory in Pretoria. The government has taken air samples. They've appointed a company to do the air sampling, and that has also been sent off. We will know exact figure of what chemicals people have been breathing in, because the properties of the chemicals change. Particular when it's a host of different chemicals that go up in smoke, and then the property of those chemicals changes drastically. So you won't be able to say, this is sulfur. That property would have changed to something different.
What can we do, or how can those in positions of authority or those who have the expertise, the technical skills, anyone that can help at this point, Desmond, what would you need as of today with regards to the water pollution and the very serious air pollution? What can we do today?
So what we've done is we've brought together a huge technical team of doctors, of environmental risk assessors, of air pollution experts, and as of yesterday, government has committed to work together with that technical team to assist them to find a resolution around this. But we've been putting out a statement out there. So we brought together, and we're quite happy that the MEC of the province has accepted that. And we have another meeting this morning with them to progress on all these issues, because it's clear that the company itself is not willing to exchange information with government.
Desmond, just before I let you go, people in this area in KZN that you're talking about, what do they need to be doing today? Perhaps you can give some advice or some guidance if they live near Cornubia in the area that might have been affected by the bad air pollution or water pollution. What are you warning residents this morning?
Well, we're saying to the residents, and which we've been saying the whole week, is that please do not pick up any dead fish, do not fish in the area, do not eat any of that fish. That's the first thing. Secondly, if the pollution is still in there, please stay indoors, Stay indoors, or move or take a break and get out the area, because the pollution is quite extensive, and you won't see the impact of the health until a few weeks later. The other thing, we've warned the surfers and swimmers in that area, do not swim in the area until the water has been analyzed, or even surf, until that water has been analyzed and cleared by the CSIR and government. That's important messages we've been putting out to the people, in Cornubia, in Abzanga Rocks, in Belito, Salt River, all those areas that have been highly affected with this chemical pollution.
It's a very vast area we're talking about. Desmond, I appreciate your time and the valuable information this morning. Desmond D'Sa from the South Durban Community Environmental Alliance. We're going to keep watching that story today and into the weekend off the back of that looting and violence, chemicals seeping into one of the estuaries, leading into the ocean and also causing air pollution in some parts of Durban. Very worrying, but we'll keep an eye on it for you here on eNCA.